I click start recording. Hello. We have ADHD. My channel is for people with ADHD who want to watch thoughts come together in no particular order. We are going to be talking about movies. Forget everything you know about Markiplier.
I forgot we're talking about Iron Lung. I was like, what does Markiplier have to do with the moment?
We're doing The Moment and Iron Lung. Double feature. Double feature. But I guess it's weirdly fitting that they had so much in common, which I didn't know. I intentionally went into both of these movies blind. Okay. 3 parts. Moment, then Iron Lung, then I'm gonna compare them to. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, The Moment. There's a reason why, after seeing her in luxury apartments, 5-star spas, and architectural digest homes, the emotional climax of The Moment takes place in a random stairwell. Charlie realizes that she can't escape society, and instead of embracing it, she chooses to satirize it. And having Kylie Jenner deliver some of the funniest dialogue of the century was as intentional as it was iconic.
No. I mean, like inside.
That shit sent me.
Oh, I could tell.
Vulnerability is really hard, especially when being yourself can cost you your career. I'm so glad that Charlie makes insane art that reminds us the importance of authenticity and earnestness. However, the movie shows us the allure of the other side and how pressure creeps up on us. And you'll know what I mean to bleh. I'm just powering through my notes. This is, by the way, if you ever wondered what it's like when I record these on my own, that's exactly what it's like. I just like glaze over. My eyes always look closed because I'm looking down at the notes app on the table.
No, it's like you're deep in thought, like intellectually
Oh, that is so funny. I didn't even think about that.
talking for like a minute straight, and your eyes are just like this the entire time, and you're like, the moment is such a pivotal experience to capture into an hour and 45 minutes, or however long it fucking was. I wasn't paying attention.
It felt like an hour. That feels accurate. Hold up. Now I'm going to look it up. Was it an hour 45? Because that feels really fucking close. The moment, an hour 42. You're so close.
Way. No fucking way.
Congrats on your superpower, being able to guess the runtime of movies. What I was saying, this movie is a huge creative risk, and you'll know what I mean the more you watch it. Everyone deserves accolades for committing so hard to the bit. The movie is also funny. Charlie really goes against expectations and delivers a fucking batshit ride. When I saw it, I think it was the second time I heard everyone in a theater laugh together since COVID, I think. The first time was Weapons, which, honestly, how have I not done a Zach Kreger video yet? And Alexander Skarsgård, who played Johannes, holy shit, he was so fucking funny. But also he was sinister in a way that was terrifying. He did a good job playing that role. Like, oh my god, he makes your skin crawl.
Deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Every time he popped up on screen, I wanted him to leave.
You're African? Yeah, 100%.
You're African?
100%.
People were like, oh, it's not funny enough. It's not funny enough. And I'm like, did we watch the same movie? Did they just not have subtitles on and miss half the jokes?
That movie was so funny.
That movie was so funny. And it was like also heartfelt.
Don't sell out. TLDR.
Yeah, TLDR, don't sell out. But it was also
stick to your guns.
Yeah. Like, stick to your guns, know what you are, and know that you have like worth in that. I don't think that I need to fucking appeal to anyone but myself, and that's exactly the energy that Charlie reminds us to value in the moment.
You as an individual person is unique, and there is not another person like you, and you should not let the influence of somebody else change that.
Yes.
You know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you do, you know what's you. Johannes doesn't, he can fuck off.
Yes. God, the movie was funny. When I saw it with him, during the Kylie Jenner scene, he turns to me and goes, "It's so funny to try to watch Charlie save face. This movie is like every good scene from The Office, back to back." And I really think he kind of hit the nail on the head of the movie, right?
That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, the movie was meant to be a good time. You have to have a high IQ to understand Charlie XCX, actually. You can just tell the movie was fun to make. You could tell Charlie had fun getting lost in her role. and a batshit crazy world of Amazon's Brat special. Iron Lung was another crazy indie pipe dream. Markiplier was able to do this shit without A24 money. Just think about that. I think that, as many people have reiterated, the success of a passion project like Iron Lung is enough alone to warrant celebration. Bleh. Why can't I read tonight? The fact that the movie was fucking good on top of just being an indie movie that succeeded is crazy. I have to share something Abby said that was along the lines of Iron Lung is just what happens when you get your period, because I've been thinking about that nonstop. That's my favorite read of the movie.
That sounds about right, actually. Yeah.
Iron Lung took risks that made it more than just a Markiplier bottle episode. The way that the sound mixing and score and dialogue slowly meshed was honestly crazy. I think a lot of people expected a mainstream horror flick out of Iron Lung, and they were confused by the tone. This is intentionally an avant bullshit art house film, and it accomplishes that so fucking well. Retweet.
That was a critique that I saw a lot of people have about Iron Lung, who went into it like it was supposed to be a they went in expecting a thriller and got disappointed because it was very slow burn in like the best ways, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
real shit. Another criticism of Iron Lung I saw that I just didn't agree with. People saying Markiplier's acting wasn't good. No, they
his
just
acting
didn't
was
like the
fucking
character.
Great. I personally loved the way that he perfectly represented the game. What is it? The user manual?
Mhm.
You could tell that he went to school for this type of stuff. There's a sense of real world to everything because he took the time to make sure that the data he was showing, even on screen for a split second, was accurate.
Yeah, everything. The manual is such a good detail to point out. This movie was a labor of love. Seeing the maps look just like they did in the game, by the way,
Yes,
sent me.
that too.
Yeah,
And the controls too. Like he
and
did
the
a really good
controls.
job on translating the controls into a movie without
Yeah.
completely taking them away at the same time.
I think you kind of had to have played the game. It's kind of like there are some really good adaptations of Pride and Prejudice, right? Like movies.
Mm-hmm.
But the book is just so good and also shockingly accessible, by the way. Read Pride and Prejudice. You just enjoyed a movie a lot more having the extra context and information from the book. Iron Lung is kind of like that. You have to remember that games are now, for all intents and purposes, a form of literature. And that's how he's treating the story and universe of Iron Lung. He's treating it like he's adapting a Jane Austen novel. Directing yourself is a nightmare. Directing yourself is crazy. He went out the gates for his first movie, directing himself as the lead. Again, people nitpick a lot, but the fact that the movie came out and was good, he had everything stacked against him and powered through. The computer in his bathroom.
Yes,
Like
his own fucking server farm.
Yes,
And then it broke. It
and then
broke
it
down
broke.
like once or twice. He had to start it over 3 fucking times.
It's insane. It's insane. Just the dedication and the way he kind of brought his community in on that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Mark's acting was shockingly nuanced. I don't think the movie was distributed in large format, but we saw it in the IMAX like room. They just slapped that shit on the IMAX screen. Oh my god. The sound, it washes over you. The visuals, you get lost in that movie. Like you said, love letter to cinematography. He really got a really good team together. He assembled the Avengers making that movie. Yeah, I said what I said and I stand by it. The movie was fun. Shit was fun. Some people just hate when movies are fun. I also like this movie a lot more deeply than I thought it would. It's definitely a movie you want to rewatch a lot. Both, honestly, Iron Lung and The Moment are both movies that I've been rewatching. You kind of want to lose yourself in the mythos and the world of Iron Lung. Especially if you love the game, especially if you loved Mark's playthrough, the movie is a 10 out of 10. If you want an avant bullshit art house drama about a submarine in a blood ocean, watch the damn movie. Time for part 3. Both movies. It's funny we saw them back to back. It's kind of interesting that we Barbenheimered a little close to the sun, but we ended up getting a fucking awesome double feature that I think was weirdly deep. At its core, it's 2 movies about pressure. They both take their time to slowly show us a character's degrading psyche and revel in the chaos of it all. I'm just glad that there are so many interesting movies coming out. Because honestly, these both are kind of crazy. I like weird movies. These were both fun and awesome. Thank you, Medli, for being here.
Iron Lung again.
I want to watch
You're
Iron
welcome.
Lung again. Can we do a movie night together? Thank you, Markiplier, for making that movie specifically for us two to enjoy. Because, oh boy, did we enjoy it. And thank you, Charlie XCX, our close personal friend, of course, for making the moment. Because I have had that shit. I bought that the second it was on iTunes. And that shit is playing constantly on loop. That's my background noise.
I was gonna say it's two sides of the autism spectrum.
Two sides of the autism spectrum. Boy and girl. Markiplier and Charlie XCX.
Are you Markiplier autistic or are you Charlie
XCX
autistic?
Yes. Are you bumping that or are you blooding that?
Literally.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.